Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. Jason here bringing you today's video. So real fast, I don't want to make this too long for an intro, so I'm going to try and compress it. Thank you very much to our fans. Thank you very much to our patrons. Don't forget to check the links down below for links to today's book, any other applicable links. And don't forget to check the end of the videos for details on our contest. I'm going to be running a contest on the main channel, and I'm going to have a couple of contests on the Patreon. So don't forget to check that as well. Got a bunch of signed books and stuff that I want to give away. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. Don't forget to check those links down below, guys. Got more information down there. Catch you soon. So for today's video, I want to talk about Neil Gaiman and his book American Gods. Now, Neil Gaiman is somewhat of a legend within the urban fantasy, within the... Say hi, Freya. Thank you, Freya. Within the realm. And in fact, American Gods has even been turned into a TV show. Pretty amazing. I don't know why I hadn't read it before, kind of resisted it, but it came up in our little reading group, friend group that I'm in. And guys, it's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Now we're following the main character. The main character's name is Shadow. And it's just a kind of a nickname that he goes by, that he's always gone by. And the book starts out with Shadow in jail. Shadow's in prison. He's in prison and is getting ready to be released. He's got his parole coming up, his release coming up, and he gets released a couple days early due to the death of his wife. Now, the story of the death of his wife is pretty unfortunate, I think would be the best way to put it. And it has an effect on the rest of the book. Now, Shadow is recruited fairly early on after he gets out of prison by this unknown, mysterious, one-eyed old man that goes by the name Wednesday. Now, knowing that we are dealing with gods, and there's a little bit of little snippets of stories that come up in between chapters and stuff like that. Knowing that we are dealing with gods, especially the old gods, and being a huge fan of the old gods, after all, the puppy that's attacked me I named Freya. Yes, I'm talking about you. As soon as this mysterious character chose the name Wednesday, I automatically knew who they were and who they were supposed to be. But what we are dealing with is Shadow is working for this person, is kind of a gopher, sort of a driver slash, not butler, but just errand boy, sometimes muscle. What we're treated with is this cross-country trip, and from what I've read, locations that come up in this in the book are from Neil Gaiman's actual travels. He actually just drove around the U.S. and wrote this book while he was doing it. So a lot of these locations, they are coming directly from Gaiman himself, his experiences, which is why the descriptions of these small towns or these diners and cafes or tourist attractions are so well done. They resonate so well. They really feel like you're there. It's because Gaiman was there while he was writing these. And through this cross-country trip, we are just introduced to just this oddball cast of characters. These just strange people. And Shadow starts to learn. At first, he just thinks they're just weird people. Then he starts to think these are weird, maybe not people. And then eventually he starts understanding that they might be some sort of supernatural something or other. But he's pretty resistant, and eventually he comes to the understanding, the acceptance that he might actually be meeting gods. It's just not what we would normally think of. When you think of these ancient gods, and from various pantheons, from Zeus to Quetzalcoatl to the Native American, to Coyote to Thor, you don't really picture an old man, a 70-year-old man with gout that's working that just retired as a bus driver. or something along those lines, and is barely scraping by. And that's the kind of gods that Shadow is being introduced to, names that are somewhat legendary to us. And then we have these other plot lines, and he seems to be being pursued. His wife somehow is talking to him, and the explanation of how that happens is pretty interesting. We see gods die. We see gods disappear. We see gods murdered. And through all of this, we just get this kind of tapestry of America throughout the decades, because again, we get these little snippets of history and pastimes. Shadow solves a murder. Shadow he gets to meet and see all kinds of things. He sees the other side of reality, I guess. He sees across the veil, you could almost say. He participates in a mythological ritual that those that have studied the Norse pantheons and the Norse mythologies would be very, very familiar with. And through it all, we learn that what we really have going on is sort of this at first shadow war, this Cold War that is looking like it might blow up into an actual physical war of these old gods, these ancient legendary gods, and the new gods, these ancient gods that have lost their power. Again, you've got a god with, that still has some power, some magical might, you could say, but still is working as a cab driver, trying to make ends meet to afford to stay in this ramshackle, crappy apartment. These are the old gods. Then you've got the new gods, and the new gods are driving around their limousines with their multi-billion-dollar corporations, because the new gods, the old gods, the gods of thunder, the god of storms, the god, the trickster god, and all these older mythological gods, they're losing out to the new gods, the gods of television, the god of the internet, the god of computers, the god of technology, things along those lines. The rise of new concepts that then become gods, and it's really showing how the gods were really created based off of concepts that we had, which is, Nietzsche had some philosophies regarding that and God, and how we create things based off of our own beliefs and our own senses and sensibilities, and how these old gods, they came to America just being brought over on the ships way back in the day. And we're not entirely certain if they're the only one. I mean, if Perun, the Russian god of thunder, is in America because a couple of his believers came to America in the late 1700s. Does that mean there's no Perun in Russia, where there's a bulk of his believers and might even still be believers to this day? Don't really get an answer. You get a little bit of a hint or two, but don't really get an answer, because this book was just amazing. American Gods is kind of a legendary book for a reason. You guys have got to check it out. Thank you, everybody, for checking out this video. Now go read American Gods. You've got to read it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now. Welcome back. So for our contests. So for the contest here on the main channel, I'm going to be running 2 contests for this month. The contest will end at the end of April. Just email me at reviewsin10@gmail.com. Put contest in the subject line so I do not skip past it. I do get a lot of emails. And I'm actually going to be running 2 contests. Email me for the first contest. Email me your suggestions for 4 categories of books. You don't have to send me 4 suggestions. Some people don't read certain categories, and that is certainly fine. Just email me your suggestions of books that I have not reviewed. Doesn't mean I haven't read them, but that I have not reviewed, in 4 genres: sci-fi, lit RPG, cultivation, and the harem lit. Of course, I'm missing fantasy, but that comes up a lot with cultivation and with lit RPG and with the harem lit, so I'm just kind of leaving that one out. And I will pick of my favorites out of that. I will pick a winner, and I have a signed copy of Advent 9 by T. Allen Horn, and that will be going to that winner. I do actually have a bunch of books for further contests as well, but it's a signed copy of Advent 9 by T. Allen Horn that I will send out to the winner. And the second contest going on the main channel is pick a book. Pick a book that you've read that I have not reviewed, and email me a quick little personal review. If you can talk me into reading that book, the winner of that one will receive a signed copy of J.J. Thorne's Apocalypse Assassin, right?
Yeah.
Apocalypse Assassin, which I've reviewed this one. I've also reviewed Admit 9. So again, put contest in the subject line, and if you're interested in maybe getting a complete set of Mickey Kare's or the Heavyweight of It All Book 1, also signed, check out our Patreon. I've got 2 contests that will be going on there as well. Thanks everybody. Hope you guys enjoy the videos, and don't forget to email me. Bye now.